before you watch this video, you should go watch the last video. It's a banger vlog, and there's cool cars and stuff in it. You should go watch it because it got no views. It got copyright claims, so it's not gonna get put out through the algorithm. So I just realized the intro for this video was boring as hell, so you know, let me just spice it up a little bit. I put together a list of all the cars in Monbazoo because I know damn well a lot of you are gonna be too lazy to actually look that shit up, and you may be wanting to know what it is. So I'm obviously here to show you, but I'm mainly here for the views. So here's a compilation of all the real life cars, the real life shit boxes in Monbazoo. Let's get started. So first of all, we're going to start off with the drivable and player owned category. So first of all, we have the scrap and the regular Koenig you start out with the game. Now that's going to be the BMW E36 328i. I don't actually believe it's the M3 or the M5 version because I doubt people would let that go to such waste, and I don't think that someone living in a trailer wouldn't be able to afford a M5, especially a few years after it came out. So I think it's a 328i because that comes with an automatic as well. So the old truck is a Chevrolet CK 3rd generation. Now this is before the Silverado came out, so it's called the CK, even though that's kind of a weird name to call it, but it's the 3rd generation CK. And yeah, next of all, we have the small ATV. Now this does not have the real vehicle listed on the wiki. At one point in time, I was really interested in ATVs, so I do know this is a 2006 to 2008 Can-Am Outlander. Next of all, we have the buggy. Now I actually don't know if this is modeled after anything in particular or it's just modeled by Santa Goat or Mrs. Goat, but while looking at some sandrails, I did see a Volkswagen Beetle converted sandrail that did seem to have similar looking headlights in the front. Although that Beetle was a 2-seater, it could have been a parody of it, and it's a bit squished down and it has the same headlights. Next of all, we have the we have Le Missile, and that is the Volvo P1800. Now, it has been converted to a derby car. It is a 1960s sport coupe, and there's also a sport estate version of it, I believe, but I haven't seen pictures of that. But the specific model of Le Missile is the sport coupe. Next car we have is the race car that you get at the track. That is a Ford Capri Mark III, and specifically it is the race car edition, which looks like this. I have no clue how many of these were made or if it's a one-off edition, but I think it may be a one-off edition for some certain race. I'm unsure. Next of all, we have the small cruiser. Now, I couldn't find the exact model of this, and it's not listed on the wiki, but it seems to be like a small aluminum fishing boat, judging by the shape. Next category is the undrivable category. First of all, we have Martin's car, and that is a 4th generation Hyundai Sonata. I assume it had its speakers replaced at one point because he's always blasting the music whenever you're driving around with him. After that, we have the school bus, Richard's school bus, and that is the Freightliner FS65. This one is almost a direct copy, as it looks almost the exact same in game, obviously, but without any branding. Next category is the racers cars category, and these are the cars that spawn or come out of the ground at about 10 p.m. or so outside of the abandoned grocery store or Rogers parts store. First of all, we have Anthony's car. That is a Honda Civic EG6 model, well, specifically an EG model. We're unsure if it's actually a SI model or not. Judging by the black hood, it could be him trying to act all cool and actually have a base model instead. Next, we have Felix's car, and that is obviously the Mazda Miata NA. Why is it a Miata? Because Miata is always the answer, of course. Next, we have Antoine's car. Now, this is the one I did the most amount of research into. I know the headlight shape from somewhere, I'm just not sure where. But I did a little bit of research, and I came to the conclusion that I'm going to label this as a Chevrolet Cavalier. Even though it does not look exactly the same, there may be another car that it's based off of, but to me, it looks like a Chevrolet Cavalier. If you know what this car is, please do leave a comment down below. I do have a question mark next to Cavalier because I'm unsure. Next, we have Michael's car, and this is getting on to the cars that you actually race. We have the Pontiac Sunfire, and it's all done up with the flames and wing and whatnot. Next, we have Luke's car, and that is the Nissan 180 SX S13. Lastly, for the racers, this is the OP1. The big boss battle of the street racers is Tom's car. This is a Mitsubishi Lancer Evo 3. Something funny that I found out while researching these cars is that Mitsubishi actually updated the Lancer every 2 years until the Evo 10, where they held on to the same internals and whatnot, I believe, or at least body style for 9 years before killing the Evo. RIP Evo and RIP Mitsubishi. Next we have the derby cars. Just about all the street races have derby cars. So Jacques has a 67 Pontiac GTO. Next we have Anthony's car, and that is a 1965 Ford Mustang. Next we have Felix's car, and from what I can tell, it looks somewhat like a 1969 Ford Mustang. This is another one that I feel confident in my answer, but I'm not quite sure. So if you know exactly what it is, please do leave a comment in the comment section down below. Next we have Antoine's derby car. That is another 1965 Ford Mustang. Next we have Michael's car. This is one that I'm not exactly sure of, but I do believe the front end looks like it, and that is a 1968 Chevrolet Nova. Now the front end is a little bit bashed in, and I don't think the hood is the exact same, and also the roof of it doesn't make the exact same curvature, but I think it is a pretty good guess that it's actually a Nova. Obviously, if you know what this car is, please do leave a comment down below. Next, we have NPC AI cars. These are the ones that you see driving around when you're just driving around. First of all, we have a 6th generation Honda Civic sedan. Next, we have the 2nd generation Dodge Ram. And finally, and what I believe is the last vehicle of this list, is a 2006 Pontiac Montana. So there you go, guys. There's all of the Monbazoo vehicles in real life down to what I believe my best guess is. But that's gonna be all, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys did find this educational, and if you guys did like finding out what the vehicles are in real life, please do leave a like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video.